Christina, please tell us a little bit about your art.
Okay, well, can we go piece by piece so I can show you? Okay, so this one is called Simplicity. I wanted to do something obviously very simple, very basic, but not basic in its movement. So I used a spin machine, and during the process of making it, the spin machine actually broke, and this piece went flying off of the spin machine, landing on its back. And I looked at it and I said, this was meant to be. So this was the piece.
Wow.
It was kind of complicated, but it just simplicity felt like the right name for it. And if we go over here, this is called Celestial Dark Star, and it is mixed media. I use a lot of layers, and I sometimes like to do something simple, and then other days it all depends on what I feel I need to express that day or that week. And this is so it's acrylic, there's mica, there's alcohol inks. And this took about, I would say, 2 weeks just to finalize it because I kept adding. And I also used some glitter from a company in London that makes this like really cool glittery stuff. I love shiny and glittery culture hustle, and they make great like art glitters and colorful paints and really well made. This is called Beyond Navigation. So it's kind of something, both pieces kind of reminded me of being in the sky, whether you're up in the sky looking up or looking down. It just something about the sky, something about the stars, the moon. And I don't know if the inspiration came from all of the celestial and crazy stuff we've been experiencing with super moons, harvest moons over the last few months, the northern lights. I was outside of my backyard in New York, and I'm like, we're seeing the northern lights right now in New York. And there were a lot of things inspired me to do sort of like sky pieces or galactic pieces, if you will. And then if we go around the corner, this is called Sunstruck. And I created this on a spin machine using, I think, 3 colors. But when I was spinning it, the way the colors mixed, it created purples and like blues and browns that I hadn't intended in being on the piece. But the way the colors mixed, it just kind of became this burst. And I see a sunburst here, and you could hang it vertically or horizontally. But so I named it Sunstruck. So
Do you control the speed on the
yes,
machine?
yes. So yes, there's a lot of winding, and it's exhausting.
Wow.
And then this piece is called River Runs Gold, and I used the colors that you see, a variety of the golds and the coppers and the cocos and the cream. And once I had my colors, I did a lot of pouring, moving the canvas, lifting the heavy canvas. And then I took a chopstick and created these estuaries, which almost like little rivers within, someone called this like the Grand Canyon. And I said that's actually kind of could be the Grand Canyon looking down into the Grand Canyon. So I made the estuaries, but then you don't want to see the canvas when you create that divide between the paint. So then I move the canvas more, and I'm not bending down and lifting. So this was quite tedious for my back, and but it was fun to make, and I love it.
Takes you to make a
This took me a few hours. So I did it in one day, but it took me a few hours. And the pieces here, This is a pair, or they can be separated. And it's called, I made this one first. It's called Impact 1 and Impact 2. So I use the same colors in both. Obviously, it's a diptyque. But if somebody loves one, they can purchase one. But I started this on the spin machine and finished it and then said, okay, I want to make a second and I'm going to start out in the spin. And then I took it off of the spin machine and moved it around and manipulated the paint. And that was the outcome. So, and then I have one more around the corner if you want to see it.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
So this way. So this is called Graphite Galaxy. And again, similar to the ones in the other room that are like the sky and the galactic sort of concept, I created this. But it actually, even more importantly, my mother sent me an article from the New York Times Arts and Leisure magazine that was probably a few months old. I would say maybe 6 months old. And it was about these artists down in New Orleans, Louisiana. And it was women bringing back the art of using dyes and pigments on fabrics to make these beautiful pieces of art and clothing and scarves. And I saw the colors and I wanted to try to recreate it. So the article shows the woman creating the work, and then on the front of the arts and leisure section, there is a piece that she made, and it's the same colors. So that was kind of an inspiration for this piece. And so I like things with texture. I like things with movement. I'm inspired by, could be anything I see. I could be walking down the street and something inspires me. It's really, just never know where I'm going to get my inspiration.
Christina, I'm so happy to hear with you. Your art is so
Thank you.
beautiful and amazing, and the
Thank
meaning
you.
from all this is deep
Thank you.
as
Thank
well.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you
Thank you.
for everything, and
Thank you.
we'll see you soon.
Yes,
for
have a
sure.
great show.